Yeah. Talk about them good old days. Yeah.
I'm reminiscing back in the days when I was younger. I'm reminiscing back in the days when I was younger. I'm reminiscing back in the days when I was younger. I'm reminiscing back in the days when I was younger.
Hey yo, back in the days when I was younger, I used to get dissed by all the honeys when I asked them for their numbers. We used to skip school like every day, and when the police came around, not every time did we get away. Remember the house parties with all the gangsters and the bitches and the honeys. Man, is the way to kick it with no money. Waking up not knowing what happened the night before. Only thing I know, I must have got drunk as vomits on my clothes. And see, when moms was home, I had no place to fuck sluts. No, I had to sneak the bitches up in the garage to fuck hoes. And the only thing we worried about was getting screwed up. And back in the days, everybody was either flamed or blued up. See, back in juvie hall, it was my duty, or to break them fools off in the schoolyard to see just who was hard. If I could go back again, I wouldn't change, man. I gotta let you know how it was back in the days.
Back in the days when I was younger. I'm reminiscing back in the days when I was younger. I'm reminiscing back in the days when I was younger. I'm reminiscing back in the days when I was younger. I'm reminiscing back in the days when I was younger. I'm reminiscing back in the days when I was younger. I'm reminiscing back in the days when I was younger. I'm reminiscing back in the days when I was younger.
Do you remember the time when everybody wanted to be like Mike Jordan and Jackson back in 1989 when MC Hammer was tight and Debbie Gibson seemed fine back when every teen wanted their MTV and bumping in the ice? But I can still recall those days when we were back on my block, almost 10 years old and breezy O's growing up in Mansfield boondocks, sporting tank tops and mismatched tube socks, sweatsuits with water shoes on, some corduroy bugle boys that would never use no, cause the cheapest pair of shell toes, imitation capers, gangos, and all of my jewelry was made to be the chrome of fake gold. Every day from school I ran home to watch cartoons on TV, making prank calls on the phone, but nobody had called the right key. Upgraded from hide and go seek to knock and run on front doors and other games like Truth or Dare. I show you mine, but show me yours. Back then we all got annoyed because the girls didn't play, but that's exactly how it went back in the days.
Remember running the streets?
Yeah,
I remember the holidays.
yeah,
I remember school was out for the week.
yeah,
I remember we played video games.
yeah.
I remember back in the days. Back in the days when I was younger. I remember back in the days when I was younger. I remember back in the days when I was younger. I remember back in the days when I was younger.
Those were the days when everything was cool and okay, because the last thing on my mind was going out to get paid. Now see, back in those days I wasn't worried about funds, because the only thing important was chasing girls to get some. Now see, I remember the first time I got laid. Now see, I remember the first time I blasé. Now see, I remember the public pools on hot days and hanging out at malls and blowing all of my ends at arcades and jamming in WA, the Ghetto Boys and Ice-T, the Fat Boys and Eric B, Rakim and DMC. We ain't rolled dubs, we rode mongooses, GTs and Diamondbacks. When our role models was G.I. Joes, He-Man and Thundercats. And now that I'm looking back, funny how we used to act. Knuckles till we bruised them black. You had to prove that you was the man. We took turns on Q-Bert, push nerds and bookworms. We wouldn't learn, cause them were the days. You know what I mean, Bird?
Back in the days when I was younger. I remember back in the days when I was younger. I'm reminiscing back in the days when I was younger. I'm reminiscing back in the days when I was younger. I'm reminiscing back in the days when I was younger. I'm reminiscing back in the days when I was younger. I'm reminiscing back in the days when I was younger. I'm reminiscing back in the days when I was younger. I'm reminiscing back in the days.
Over my teenage years, I swear it barely seemed like yesterday when they were still here. We went from Mannequin to Dickies and cross colors that glow. Back then we sported two-tones of Bose and Caborda cologne. So stuff my baggy clothes, but stay flow kept the flakes on the crease. My thumb check in the back to keep my pants from scraping the streets. Always would speak when the teacher would least expect me to try, and I can never find the lines that would describe junior high. When we was back in the classroom laughing, man, we acted the fool. Should've recorded us in the back of the bathroom and after school. We used to cruise down the avenues just to pass through the block. And if we creeped on the weekends, the neighborhood park was the spot to kick it in. We different from bitches, hell, we spent plenty game. But most of the time I got this and didn't get the digits or any play. But anyway, I look at it today, it would never change the way that things were back in the days.
We gotta take them all back, way back in the day. We gotta take them all back, way back in the day. We gotta take them all back, way back in the day. We gotta take them all back, way back in the day.
I was young.